Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Shilpa Data Insights.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel Shilpa Data Insights. So in this playlist, as we are focusing on GitHub Copilot CLI, so the first step will be actually to set up the GitHub Copilot CLI. In order to set up the GitHub Copilot CLI is just a 2 to 5 minutes of work, right? And then you can get started and start using the AI itself, right? Which is very useful. Now, so in this particular video, our agenda will be to get ready to use the GitHub Copilot CLI from your terminal. And the goal will be like you can be very productive with AI in just under 10 minutes. Now you have to work directly in terminal, and that will help you with a faster debugging and reducing the context switching and also the AI assisted workflows we will be talking about. Now, in order to do a setup and auth, it's a very easy thing. The first thing but is to actually have a prerequisite. In this particular prerequisite, you need to have a GitHub account. If you don't have a GitHub account, I would recommend you first go ahead and create a GitHub account. It's very simple. Just go to github.com website and just put your login and you can get started. You can create a repository as well. So if you want, you can watch up any video and how exactly to install the GitHub account. Now, second is you need to have a Copilot access. So it could be an individual, free version, business, enterprise, or GitHub education. So for students and teachers, Copilot provide a Copilot Pro for free. Now, the second requisite is to have your knowledge related to terminals. It is very basic terminal skills like cd, ls, pwd. There are 4 or 5 commands that you actually really need in order to work with the terminals. Now, to install in the desktop or a laptop which has a Windows, you can use the npm command, or you can use the winget install command as well, or the curl command. Now, if in case you don't want to install anything, still GitHub provides you a local sandbox where you can get started with the CLI itself. However, in that it will just have some sample test files, or you can say data sets that you can actually explore. However, if you install it in your laptop or desktop, then you will be able to use any files for your use case, because at the end you just don't want to learn it, you want to use the AI on everyday life, and for that you don't need a sample data, you need your actual data where you can actually go ahead and get some insights related to it. Now, to install it in the Mac, there is again npm you can do it using the curl command, right? And you can also do a brew command. It depends on what exactly you actually need. It will just take, as I said, 5 minutes or 2 minutes to actually install. Now, once you install it, you have to authenticate it. To authenticate, you have to run the Copilot and then execute your login credentials and a one-time code that will be there. So how the process looks like is, once you go to Copilot, you have to log in, the browser will open, you have to enter a code, authorize and sign in. I'll go ahead and give you a hands-on exactly how exactly it's done so that you know it. Then we will actually go ahead and use the Copilot CLI to make sure that the CLI is working well and good, right? So let's get started to our actual demo. So now to install it, I'll first open up a terminal and I will use the command that GitHub Copilot is sharing with me in order to install it. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and see if I'm able to paste this up, copy my terminal and paste. Yes, so I'm able to paste it. So let me enlarge this so that you can actually see it. Okay, so this GitHub Copilot is there. I'll press enter and it will start installing it, hopefully. So as you can see, it has started installing it, right? It's doing some checksum and installation complete and export path. Okay, so let me see if the installation is done, let me do a Copilot and see if it is there. You may get this particular command, ZSH command not found. So I'll tell you what to be done. So why this error is occurring is because I don't have my Node.js. So what I will do is I'll go ahead and install the Node.js in my laptop, right? So it says to get the package. So let me get the package for this. I am running. Okay, so let me install this and it's downloading. So once it's downloaded, you can open the package and you can click on continue. So it will install this node.js and npm, which was actually missing from my laptop, right? So I'll click on continue. I'll click on again continue. This is the license agreement. I'll click on agree and I'll hit on install. And I have to give my password and click on install. Want to access the downloads? I allowed it and it's writing the files into my computer. So make sure that user local bin is in your path. Okay, so if you want, you can copy this and keep it somewhere. I will keep this, not do anything. Now let me run the command node-v and see it is there, right? So now npm-v, it is there. Well and good. Now let me see if I can open the Copilot, but still it says it's not found. So what I will do is I'll put it in the path. Okay, so I've added the path basically, and then I have typed Copilot. Once you type Copilot, it will give you an interface like this, which says Copilot uses AI, check for mistake, no Copilot instruction found, and this. Now it also says here, Copilot may read the files, right? Do you want to trust this folder of user Shilpa Das? Reading untrusted files may lead Copilot to behave unexpected, right? With your permission, Copilot may execute the command. So do you want to trust this file and folder? I'll say yes. Okay. So now please use this login to sign in to use Copilot. This is what I was saying. So I'll do a login to Copilot and I have a GitHub account. So if you don't have a GitHub account, please go ahead and create a GitHub account, enter one-time code at this particular thing, right? So now it has opened up with my email and the password. It says device activation. This is what you will get. So you have to activate your device so that it can access your files and you can actually work on it. Here you need to put the password that is present here, which is AD32 E206, right? So I'll click on continue. Now it actually says that do you want to authorize? So I'll say yes, I want to authorize. So it means that I have set up the GitHub Copilot CLI successfully now, right? So you see that it says I have signed in to Shilpa data and my GitHub MCP server is actually connected. This is how you can actually install the GitHub Copilot. So if I have to type something, let's say I'll say what is GitHub Copilot CLI, tell me in one sentence. So this is the prompt that I'm giving, and you can see I'm giving it as a natural language, right? So it's going to fetch the documentation of GitHub Copilot CLI, and it is going to give me the result. So it says, see, I've told him that give me in one sentence. So it says GitHub Copilot CLI is a terminal tool that lets developer run and manage Copilot agents, skills, workspace commands in the command line basically, right? So this is how exactly you can interact with the GitHub Copilot CLI. In the next session, we will go ahead and use the CLI in the most efficient way, and we will create the workflows in the later stage. Till the next video, stay tuned. keep learning and keep growing. If you like this video, do hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you have a good day.